Abdellatif Bencherifa from Morocco. Training in geography, practice in geography, academic most of the time, public policy in the last 12 years or so. And now in Rabat, in the Universite Internationale of Rabat, helping the university establish a public policy center. The answer is almost tautological. The MENA region is the region which has produced the three Abrahamic religions. And I think that even the most agnostic, non-believers or atheists, culturally and socially, they are under some sort of impact of their mother faith. Religion has been an important determinant in the overall socialization of the people of the Middle East. Regardless of the extent to which it is conceptualized or it is subjected to rigorous praxis. But on a daily basis, everyone is under the impact of his faith. Look, I can speak only about the Moroccan instance. I suppose it's representative of the North African, more or less, setting. I don't think that it would reflect on the Near East per se or the Middle East per se. But typically in the traditional societies, social life is organized around the elements of religion, which are basically the mosques, or the connex elements of religions, which are the artifacts of so-called popular Islam, such as marabouts and shrines, and or cemeteries and whatever goes around it. Those are marks, landmarks, which structure people's life, obviously. I think this is the crux of the matter as far as the central question of this seminar is about. We assume that religion is shaping people's thinking and behavior and action. And in view of what is happening in terms of environmental change and degradation and probably serious threats, one can conceivably ask the question whether the religion itself is accountable for some of these features, since religion has an impact on people's behavior. And what we have come to realize is that, in fact, those processes are independent from thinking because they are economically driven. And if we look carefully into what religions, cosmologies, including Islam, principles and ethics, and recommendation as far as the way resources ought to be used or protected or shared or preserved, then there is a gap. And I think the conference is due to see to ways to bring to the forefront those instruments and make them show in people action and behavior. It seems to me that the materialistic constraint or determination in early stages play a decisive role and overrule the impact of people beliefs and faiths. And it does seem as if it's only when you reach a certain standard of satisfaction, let's say, of whatever you're looking for in terms of needs and wants, that all of a sudden those elements come to the forefront, which actually refers me to the theory of one of the most important American historians by the name of Rostov in his stages of development, basically when he says that when a society satisfies the major needs, then it gets engaged, that's what he calls stage 5, into issues which are conceptual, which are of another kind than just the daily quest of subsistence at all costs. I think that the conference is expected to take a stand of commitment and engagement, and to, in a way, conceive of a strategy or an action plan, which ought to be long-term based and multifaceted. It's not like we came and we talked and we exchanged and we agreed and we go. So it is actually the very explicit elements of an action plan that would eventually bring into materialization what we have expected out of this seminar. Yeah. It's not an academic conference which only is here to deepen our knowledge as our academic conferences, but rather to sort of use the knowledge we have or we talk about for a particular purpose.